Hello guys, welcome to another trade recap, and today we got a long on ES. Let me show it over here. I got a long on ES, and then I'm just pretty much cutting it on break even. And let me go ahead and explain why I did that and also what I was looking into the morning. So pretty much one morning I was just waiting for that double break higher. I really like the longs on NQ on ES. And the reason for that, it was because the move that we have overnight, we can see higher highs and higher lows were made. Also, the overall area where price is at right now on NQNES, I liked it for longs. We are in a daily and weekly fair value gap. Also, as something that I was watching on NQ is that we have a daily fair value gap above us. So I was thinking, you know what, this can act as a magnet on NQ, and hence that also ES can push higher. Since they're like correlated. So I was just looking into that too. But um we ended up pretty much being kind of choppy today, and that's the reason why I ended up just calling it a day, and I pulled my trade out despite the fact that we actually reached target over here. I was just targeting opening range low in this trade. Initially I was targeting opening range high because I was like, bro, like this, I really like longs, like I think we're gonna push higher. But as the day started like moving forward and stuff, I ended up just initially targeting this. And yeah. So all morning first of all, I was open to trade some shorts only if there was a double break lower. So pretty much like breaking higher and then taking shorts. And I was pretty much looking for that pullback to overnight, and that was the trade that I saw on NQ, and it was presented. I think a lot of people actually took this double break over here on NQ. um, I did not take the double break on NQ. The reason for that, it's because I was like, I really, first of all, I really wanted the long. Second of all, ES did not broke the range. So I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I'm already like now looking to the shorts right now. If I want to take the shorts, at least convince me on both sides. At least break the high on both sides, and then I can look for take some shorts back to overnight, because we still needed the pullback on ES to overnight too. You know what I'm saying? So I just decided to like don't take the trade because I was like so into the longs today, and I mean it is what it is, bro. I really like the longs today. So pretty much the chart on NQ and ES, I kind of like quote unquote the same ish, the same idea. Pull back to overnight and previous days, and then look for the longs over there. And I was pretty much all morning, bro, just like watching the chart, just waiting for that close up of New York. Then some news came in, ended up pinging point of control by the area low. And from there, we ended up just pretty much pushing higher, find a small base at pretty much at this 4 hour fair value gap, and also at the value area high. And then this is where we got our first close about New York. Now I did not took this trade over here because it was news driven. So I was like, you know what, bro? Like, if we're really gonna like double break, I'm probably just gonna wait a little bit longer to like check out the news and everything and the algos and whatever, and then I can get into the longs if we ended up closing again above New York, or even if we are able to hold above New York. So I waited. We pretty much have another pullback back to the low of the BWAP, push higher, close above New York, and then that's when I got into the longs. Now I got into longs, but you know, I initially let me just move this. Initially, I was looking for something like this. Then I look at the time, but it's just pretty much lunchtime. I'm not sure if we're gonna like push like all the way above to a range, open range high. And also another thing I was like not a big fan of, it was that pretty much we already broke the IB low. This candle over here broke the IB low, which was the news candle. So now that I was, kind of like a little bit skeptical, and I was just hesitating on the longs, if I'm being honest, especially because of the time and just being like kind of choppy, kind of slow on ES and in Q. And I was, you know what, bro, like I'm gonna take it. And then I ended up just waiting on a break even. I was like, you know what, bro, like I don't want to be stuck on this trade. And I think that was the main reason why I pulled out the trade. I was, you know what, bro, like it's already lunch. Price action hasn't been the best, if I'm being honest. You know, Headlines are coming in and out. Um, then we already broke the IB low, NQ is low, ES is low. So I was like, you know what, bro, let me just preserve my capital, avoid me a loss, if ended up just being a loser, and just call it a day and just wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a better day. Let's hope tomorrow we can have better price action. But yeah, that was my reasoning why I ended up just cutting the trade at break even. I took this trade on my Ignite and on my top steps. I pretty much ended up just closing the trade, both of the trades at break even. I think I'm down like $1 pretty much. So yeah, I ended up just cutting the trade over here, but we actually ended up hitting TP over here, but actually my stop was all the way over here. So also the risk reward was not the best, you know what I'm saying? So I know my idea hit, but if I'm being honest, let's say my idea didn't hit and we ended up just pretty much chopping between my entry point and just like this range. Let's say if I ended up just chopping like this, all afternoon, I will be kicking myself because I kind of was already expecting that. And I was like, kind of like, had the intuition of saying, you know what, bro, I think we're just going to chop, bro. Like, I'm not sure if I want to be stuck in this or not, because that's my main question that I ask myself when I take these type of trades a little bit later than usual, meaning like pretty much like 12 or 1 p.m. If I'm gonna take a trade, I'm like, okay, bro, like I look at pretty much like overall market like movement in the morning, and I was okay, we still have some juice, like we're actually moving today. I think I can make it work. But on these days, bro, my first question to me is like, okay, if you're gonna take the trade, just be aware, are you okay be probably sitting in this trade longer, because we're actually not like fully moving higher. We're pretty much like moving there kind of slowish, but at the same time we are kind of chopping at the same time, so that was the kind of like the question I asked myself, and I just had to, you know what, bro, I do not really want to do that, so I ended up just closing the trade, calling it a day. Tomorrow's gonna be a better day, and yeah, that's pretty much. Hey, bro, um I don't have any more explanation for this. I just ended up just deciding to preserve my mental capital. And I know that I added on my and well, my mental and my my account capital, my funded accounts. And I know that I added on my tweet of my markup. I was like, I'm not sure. Probably I was already kind of fatigued of price action because I was waiting for this trade all morning, and then news came in, and then the other news came in like this. So let me just mark it because you don't know where I'm pointing at. So this news came in. These news came in over here. So I was like, you know what, bro? Like, kind of was already kind of like fatigue of just seeing price action just backing forward, and also and Q was not being like really helpful today. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this motherfucker, bro. Just dang, so I mean, I guess something I will take note of it. It's just like I've been noticing that now that we're having like this kind of like moves, I think it might be like, I think if you are willing to take a trade, you need to be coming into the market probably with a more scalper mindset in the afternoon, just because of this price session that we're getting right now. Just something, an idea that I was thinking when I was like before doing the recap. I was like, you know what, bro, like we haven't seen these days a lot. I think just coming in with a mindset of I'm gonna scalp this move like quick might be the best approach into these conditions. You know what I'm saying? So maybe just an idea. Still gonna look forward to probably just keep that in mind for futures. For future trading on the afternoon. Yeah, I mean, you want to argue, we can probably. I think the best idea, or like the quote unquote like the best. Mm, I guess let's say position to coming into the market, just saying that we're gonna actually double break. So maybe like in this position of Balearic low, because your stuff needs to be all the way over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we're kind of like slowly but surely moving over there, but now my type of trading, bro. I mean, we can argue also that we have another trade opportunity here, and I think this is much better, kind of, because we already form a base at Balearic high here, like we really form a base over here, and then we're moving higher, just probably to target like around the price level of the open range low, kind of not fully, but like this price range of 91 to 92. So maybe that could be an idea, maybe. but as an overall, really choppy, bro. So I ended up just taking my break even for the day, and I'm happy with that. I just prefer to take my break even and don't be like stuck on some trade on this market conditions. But yeah, guys, that's just me, right? If you take how long you're holding for this bitch, I mean, it's up to you, bro. Like I just this is just I think it's just like I think just for me, bro. Like I'm not saying that it's wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't think it's bad. Like you kind of idea, just go for it. But just knowing myself and knowing that I'm doing other stuff on my work. I'm not looking at chart and I'm just gonna get distracted and I'm gonna be able to actually focus on doing other stuff because I'm gonna be watching the charts and this and yada 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 yada. So I know for me, for my type of trading, I think it's just better for me to be break even and just call it a day and come back tomorrow in the morning. So that's just me, bro. So I hope you guys made money today. I hope you guys did not got chopped into this, and I hope you guys actually took good risk today. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. I hope you guys learned something from my trading, learned something from my markups that I have that I actually just deleted right now. Let me just put it on gun here. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from my trading and my markups. And I hope you guys also learned something from your own trading today. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day and see you guys tomorrow. Take care.